Oh, Max.
Max, here just in time. We just started recording, so be careful.
All right.
Yo, Max.
Come on in, everybody. We see you out there. It's Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday.
Exactly. Sunday. The 5th of November, 2023. We're glad you're here. We're here, but we have to put this up as well. We are also recorded, so we won't be responding to your chat. You can chat all you want, and we ask that you still play nice. We will see the chat here eventually, but we just won't be posting it today. So we appreciate you being here. It's time for the Sunday Funnies. Got a great book for us to look through, The World of Steve Ditko. The strange world of Steve Ditko.
Who's Steve Ditko?
Exactly. We'll get to that right after this. Some guy, some cereal. Yeah. Here we go. Exactly. Oh, we got to figure out the silly settings.
Full screen.
Give me a second here. Full screen.
Got a great picture of C there, didn't we?
Yeah. Boom. Here we go. Yeah, that's my avatar there. Shouldn't have that up there either. There we go. Meant to put that one back up. There we are. Strange and Stranger, The World of Steve Ditko. We're glad you're here. If you don't know who Steve Ditko is, we have an education for you.
Yeah. Stay and learn or leave.
Blake Bell did this, published by Fantagraphics, FB. Let me look here. Can't tell. Nice paper, though. No introduction. Just right into the work. Stretching things.
Bonkers.
Yeah, got a little reflection working too. We can knock that out. Was that worse? Yep. Should be all right. Take it up just a little. Sorry, folks. Last minute readjustments. There we go.
When was this issued, Randy?
This book was printed in 19. Oh man.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
Why do you got to ask questions?
I know.
Just my lousy eyesight is all. So it's printed in 2008. Blake Bell.
Oh, right.
Copyright 2008 Fantagraphics. Yep. And it covers his more unusual esoteric material, some Charlton, some other places. Lots to see, lots of craziness to talk about. Of course, the back cover is Spider-Man and Mysterio.
Lovely.
Oh, he did Spider-Man?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. First, what,
Kind of.
40 issues or so?
Something like that.
Literally created the entire Rogues Gallery, did the majority of the, if not all of the plotting and writing. Created a ton of secondary characters for Stan to put dialogue into. Then got a little upset when the Spider-Man cartoon came out and there was other merchandising coming out, and Stan started doing interviews where they were labeling him the creator of Marvel Comics. And him and Kirby both had enough and went to greener pastures.
So DC.
But,
Yeah.
DC, Ren, and any place that would take him. Ditko had a long career with a lot of different people.
All right.
He eventually did come back to Marvel after a while on the condition that he was not to draw Spider-Man or Doctor Strange ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that.
had a little run on Rom's Space Knight that was a little memorable. Created Speedball, if you know who that character is. And over at DC, he created a good pantheon of unusual characters. Shade the Changing Man, Hawk and Dove, Creeper. There's a ton of them.
That's right. You created Creeper.
So
Great
I'm
stuff.
just looking at that right hand page. That is whacked out.
Yeah.
No, the whole page.
Face melting.
The
Yep.
whole page. That's like on drugs.
Did a lot of work for Charlton at a very, very low page rate, but total freedom. So he was happy to work for them. There's some rumors that he did even some hardcore material at one point or another. There's our hero all melted on the floor. Through the window shot here.
No, Tommy Gun's not drawn the right proportion, is it? Top right. Yeah.
Looks a little bit menacing. I like the expressions though.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Well,
Real Ditko. Yeah.
The camera angles and his choices for just the angles of the panels themselves is just it's pretty amazing, really.
Very static, but very very well composed stuff. He's guiding your eye along left to right.
Is he writing the story as well?
I don't think so. A lot of the stuff he got scripts for,
Right.
especially the Charlton material. It wasn't until he got off on his own. He did a lot of self-published work, but Mr. A, I think, is was his big personal writing IP character. He had a couple of other ones, Jigsaw, and there's a few oddball characters that he created that he self-published.
So that guy, that policeman shooting at the door, his legs look a bit odd to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whole body's a little
Which is surprising for him.
janky. Waiter pants on too. Yeah. Strange and Stranger, The World of Steve Ditko. Yep. We'd have rolled it long enough, we'd have seen it was by Fantagraphic Books. Yeah. There's the introduction. Probably by Blake Bell. A little self-portrait work in there. Kind of. There he is. Johnstown, Pennsylvania. 1927 to 1949.
Look at that nerd.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of pictures that exist of Ditko, so everybody usually reprints the same ones. This, I think, is his class picture here.
Yep.
Class of 43.
Junior high school. Junior high school.
Yeah. Junior high school. Garfield Junior High. Mysterious Traveler for Charlton. There's Aunt May. Out of the World, Secret Room, Captain Atom.
That's Aunt May, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uncle Ben.
Yep. The World
But
of the Secret
they look
Room.
like him, don't they? They've got long features.
A little bit more elongated faces. New York City, 1950 to 54. It's right as he's getting his start.
Hmm.
Don't let ugly pimples ruin your looks.
I miss commercial or advertisements like that in comic books,
Yeah.
like X-Ray Specs and the Johnson Smith Company catalog and all that stuff.
Peter Parker right there. Older
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Killer on the Loose. Radio Patrol. Must be for DC.
The Library of Horror. There's too many books. Oh my God. The books.
Look at those demons, though. Cool. Golden Lad. Golden Age. Yeah. Little Two-Face
His
action
face is all
working.
messed up.
Yeah. No,
Great
Sam
book.
Ollard.
Great folds in the clothing.
Yeah.
He's going to throw him into a vat so that he turns into the Joker. No, not really. It's like a mad, foul dream, yet it's happening. The furnace, a perfect place to get rid of those bodies.
Wait, he made the
Bastards can't
Joker?
testify in court. Aye.
Got him in wax.
Got him.
It's a bit of a juxtaposition seeing all this stuff in color now because we were just looking at so much in black and white.
Yeah.
He likes to draw mouths.
Especially in the old style coloring, too. The dot patterns. And, yeah, pretty crazy.
But he draws a lot of mouths.
Yeah.
He does.
Like if you look at those
Yeah, right
panels
here.
there and then the panels beforehand,
Mhm.
there were a lot of faces with mouths open and
Marvel Comics and Stan Lee.
Oof.
The fog that couldn't lift.
Looks a
That
bit
panel-
Steranko-ish.
I'm going to say, yeah, that looks just like Steranko, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It
that
does.
does look like Steranko.
Wow.
Indeed,
Very
there's
menacing head
when Nick Fury is getting given his new car or whatever, and they've got like this Q type character who's bald with
Yeah.
glasses. He looks
Yeah.
a bit like that bloke in the middle there.
Yeah. Is
This guy
that Ross? Is that Eddie Izzard at bottom left?
That's outstanding. Yeah, it does look like Eddie Izzard, doesn't it? This tray is wet. This tray is wet. This tray is wet. Who have been keeping these trays in a rainforest? What's wrong with you? Cake or death?
Well,
Does
cake.
look like him. Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Sorry, we'll run out of cake.
The most dangerous man in the world.
Wow.
Mystery Man. Some old Charlton material here, it looks
so
like.
Ditko did westerns.
Ditko did anything that they'd let him do, pretty much.
I didn't know that he did western stuff. I
Worked
I
a
know that
lot
he
for a
did-
buck, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I
I-
know that
I
he did
do
horror
anything.
stuff.
And you're freelancing in the late 50s and early 60s, that's the majority of the material you're going to get is either superhero or Western.
Yeah.
I think that page,
Maybe a romance or two.
that page is great because it says the most dangerous man in the world, Ditko. That's great, isn't it? I like that. Oh, the poor man.
Sweating. This is a Ditko shot to me.
Yeah.
Face in front, another body in the back.
He always brings hands in, doesn't he? Just
Yeah.
expressive hands.
And this guy obviously overthinks things. He's an overthinker.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that size of that
This,
head.
this island Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one will know that we're aliens.
Yes. We'll just look this color and walk around with really large heads. No one will notice.
Okay. It's got to be Charlton. Look at that color.
It's like the cone heads. They're from France.
Yeah.
We're from France. You
We're
get away
from
with that in
France.
America, though.
That's true.
Conehead the Barbarian.
There you are.
Wasn't there a comic strip that did that?
No, but there will be now.
I'm just doing it now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm working on one right now. So,
Just knocking one out.
okay, we're terrible.
I can see it now. We mean you no harm to your genre. Yeah. Conehead the Barbarian.
Knocking one out comics.
Knocking one out comics, yeah.
Knocking one out.com.
Don't leave them closed for too long. You'll never pry the pages apart.
Oh dear God! Oh,
Sorry.
I take pride in sailing close to the wind. It's got to happen.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
You should say,
got a
or it's
yellow card, that's
bonkers.
great.
Seemed like a good time to run that.
yeah,
As-
I think that was a safe time.
As well as this.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
Poor Gary Busey.
He's become my favourite person now. I love those
He
people.
is.
They're not even him.
Is that the Eye of Agamotto there at the top?
Yeah, could be.
Eye of Agamotto.
It's tomorrow's punishment. Anyway. Crazy stuff.
Wow. Stages. Look at that.
Behind my door waits Medusa.
Oh, I seem to remember Medusa looking all right.
It depends
Great,
which one.
great
doesn't it?
line work. Yeah.
That's great.
I love his vanishing chin.
Yeah.
It's great. Underneath he looks a bit like Corbyn. Jeremy
Yeah.
Corbyn.
Yeah. A cross between Uncle Creepy and Jeremy Corbyn.
I thought Uncle Creepy was Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah.
He's not.
Oh, look at this.
Captain Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that middle panel on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
Loving his space as well on that left-hand panel.
Yes.
Yeah.
The wisps of
That
something. They're great.
energy.
think how long that one on the right, that middle panel on the right would just take to draw.
Mm.
Just repetitive drawing all those. I don't
It's
know
like
what are they,
cartoon form.
people or whatever, but
Baloney.
Love the graphic representation of an atom in each one.
now that lettering where he says baloney, that's all jacked up. That balloon is all populated.
Way out of the way. Wonderful. Baloney.
And that
Oh, look at that.
Joe got his name.
Joe who? Kubert?
Kubert, that's it. Had a mind fart then. That Joe Kubert video, he did one. He was also doing graphics, so he was doing lettering and the speech bubbles as well. And then he was inking around the speech bubbles. Guy was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just
as well as drawing mouths, he likes drawing eyes, doesn't he? He always does
Yeah.
eyes.
He likes eyes, especially ones with the pupil right in the middle, lots of white
Yeah.
around it.
Looking directly at you type of thing.
Mm.
Lots of little things in there.
9-panel grid.
Yep.
Yep. Help.
Help.
See,
Some more of your
more
mouths.
mouths.
More mouths.
What's Stan Lee gone there for?
No.
That's
Good evening.
all the artists in the bullpen shouting at him.
Yeah, Professor
Yeah.
Martin. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean there's no script and I'm just supposed to draw pictures of Spider-Man punching people?
Who am I? Look at the folds on those trousers. Aren't they fantastic?
Mm.
There's those eyes again.
Suppose you found yourself wandering the streets alone one day, not knowing who you were. Would you move heaven and earth to learn your identity? Or perhaps would you feel it's safer not to know? More eyes here.
Great brushwork on that background of that guy standing there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who am I? Oh dear, bit of bondage.
Ooh.
Is that, I don't know where that's from. Maybe a little bit of his Stanton work. 59. Standard. Steve. John Severn was inking on some of this. DITKO would heavy pen work overwhelms Stanton's pencils. Oh, there we are. He was inking a lot of that material. Eric Stanton. I've got a large book on him, but we can't display it.
Mm.
The content, a little bit of fetish work.
Nothing wrong with that.
Also lived in the same apartment as he did, and every time DITKO had some free time, he'd go over and help him out on his art assignment stuff. And that stuff really looks a lot like DITKO, but he never signed it because of the adult nature of the work. Classics. Spider-Man 62 to 66. Rejected DITKO cover.
It was rejected in a good way, wasn't it? Because Kirby's cover's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Spider-Man pages that Kirby did at the outset, which I don't think have ever been published.
I've seen
Those-
one pre-production Spider-Man drawing because
Right.
back when Kirby was doing those interviews where he was claiming he created a lot more than anybody realized. And
Right.
they were drawing the connection between Simon Kirby's The Fly and Spider-Man.
Mm.
And he didn't have the time for it, and Lee decided to bring DITKO in because of mainly because he was so different from Kirby, where Kirby was super strong and thick and dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, DITKO was thin and
A lot of more movement.
yeah, more humanistic or more domestic is the term. Yeah. Just added so much to the flavor of the character.
The whole dynamism that he got with the movements and everything was, I mean, it's all DITKO.
Yeah, I mean, it really sold Spider-Man, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Romita who he took it in a completely different direction, and it also worked.
Yeah, he made everybody good looking, didn't he? Basically.
It's kind of like the guy you were talking about that worked for Modesty Blaze. I don't think you could draw an ugly person,
That's right.
no matter how hard he tried. Yeah.
Yeah. Romero. Yeah. They had people in the office drawing lines on his women because they were so beautiful, and he told his editor he couldn't draw an ugly woman.
Just not in his abilities.
No.
Chameleon. All the different faces. I'm a man of 1,000 faces. Nobody will ever be able to point an accusing finger at me. I always loved best use of the chameleon was in a Daredevil. That I thought that was hilarious because Daredevil could tell who he was from his heartbeat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so he'd keep changing into disguises and Daredevil would keep wailing on him. And it would piss him off. He couldn't figure out how he was doing it. How do you know it's me? Daredevil wasn't going to tell him.
Nope.
Just a great device. There's classic right there.
Yeah. I wonder where
Oh,
those pages are now.
I did it. I'm free. Majority of those went under the grinder. And they returned them to Ditko. He shredded them.
Ugh.
Why would you do that?
Out of his hatred for Marvel, and they never thought this stuff would ever be worth any money.
Yeah.
Somebody though took all of, I think it's either Spider-Man 1 or Amazing Fantasy 15 out of the office without Ditko's or apparently Marvel's knowledge. It showed up in an envelope at the Library of Congress
Yeah, it's still there.
as a donation. Yeah.
Quite right too.
Well, that stuff would be priceless, literally.
That's putting it
Doctor
mildly.
Strange. Pardon?
Well,
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember these pages.
Just great
Fabulous.
stuff here. Yeah. Why was the Ditko's Doctor Strange reprinted in every possible format they could think of, every way that they could over a couple of decades? Because it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such great stuff. It's out of the first Doctor Strange story. First Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Domain of the Dread Dormammu. Defeat of Doctor Strange. Beginning now, the start of the greatest black magic spectacular ever presented. It's crazy stuff. There's a large coffee table book of the early Ditko Doctor Stranges. That I don't have it, but I know it's out there. It's beautiful looking. It's got the great cover stock paper and all of the strange stories in there. Just amazing.
That Eternity character that he designed there is absolutely amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's still good to see in black and white without the crappy colouring that they used to have, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Why they put that block there in the middle of it, I don't know. They should have moved that to the other page, I think.
Here?
There you go. Yeah. But there you go. Maybe they couldn't reproduce it in its entirety. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be too.
Yeah.
Marvel's had some very strange conditions over the years for reprinting their stuff. Yeah. It's probably why they can't reprint an entire story, and there has to be a certain percentage of the book that's not Marvel.
Yeah.
For you to be allowed to reprint it. It's pretty strange.
That's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just the second best.
Incredibly good at what he does.
Yeah. And I have
More
to say,
eyeballs.
yeah, I have to say it because I always do. But look at that beautiful lettering by Artie Simek. Look at that title. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
those who would destroy me, where man hath never trod.
Ditko was really good at facial expressions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially an eyeball or a mouth.
Yeah, yep.
Look at that Dormammu there, just that explosion around him. That's fantastic. Fight in eternity. Imagine that. Imagine having a fight with eternity. Imagine that.
He did all of his inking during that period too, didn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did full artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, he turned it in all done.
It never works when somebody else inks Ditko. I don't think. I think he needs to ink his own, and generally did.
There's a period back there in the 90s during his speedball days that he was penciling and somebody else was inking his stuff. I know Aiken and Garvey did a bunch of the ROM Space Knight material.
Right.
That I remember that because I mentioned before, I've seen pencils that Ditko did from that, and they were horribly, incredibly rough, just basic shapes piled on top of basic shapes. But that's ROM Moon Knight anyway.
I remember didn't he do a Fantastic Four annual in, I think it was 1981. It was awful.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Mm.
He ran in the end of Marvel.
Look at that. It's Baron Mordo before Baron Mordo, isn't it? Again,
yeah.
The poses, the beard and the face and the hands. Fantastic. That thick line on his leg.
It's also Ditko is also the creator of the red and gold Iron Man armor, right?
It masked those wings at the top, type of not wings, but the pointy bits at the top. He came up with that as well.
Oh,
on Iron Man, that face, that certain face.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know, that hand looks a bit Kirby, doesn't it?
They stuck that costume and that that color scheme pretty close for decades for Iron Man.
Yeah. That might be Kirby. Look at those hands. It might be Ditko inking Kirby. Look at that. Look at Iron Man's right hand. Yeah, the hand outspread.
Yeah, those look more like Kirby.
Yeah, and then look at the other hand holding his model. That's got really chunky fingers, as opposed to the other hand that's got skinny fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
See what that says.
It might be. I'll tell you what it might be. It might be Kirby layouts.
Mm.
Ditko was involved in revamping characters such as Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, and pass it on to other artists. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably Kirby.
That's a Kirby one, the Enforcers, isn't it? You can tell with the legs, despite where he's hanging down there. The other one, the cover. Sorry,
he went through and redrew the cover. Is what it is.
Yeah, not the color one. The black and white one is a Kirby cover.
Yeah,
that was the published one, wasn't it?
Yep.
He's good at drawing little Weasley guys like the Vulture there with no chin.
Yeah,
little Weasley, small people type of thing. For his villains. But I love the way he's always got hands in the pages as well. As like I said before, he's very expressive with his hands.
Yeah.
I'm figuring he probably was as well as a person. We tend to draw ourselves, don't we?
I don't know. There's no video of him speaking that I know of.
No. Like you said, there's only about 5 public photographs of him.
Yeah.
All at the same age, same room, isn't it? In his studio, usually, apart from that high school picture.
I think those were publicity shots.
Yeah.
As well. Somebody had a picture of him that circulated a couple of years back of him walking out of his apartment building when he was older. That was
look at that. Look at Spider-Man's left arm. The webbing is wrong, isn't it? It's not all over wouldn't be all over the arm.
Yeah. Webbing's not there. Yeah,
That's a gaff, isn't it?
it is here. What from the
No,
wrist to the waist?
On his arm, his actual arm,
Oh,
not
here?
under his arm, his arm.
Oh yeah,
It was only like a stripe down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole arm.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole
You're
arm.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Didn't he lose that webbing under his arms though?
He's got it
after
right
a
here.
while.
It
Uh,
came in net.
You got it back.
Right.
It all depends on whether or not he was using deodorant
Basically,
in
yes.
that costume. Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Different angle.
Two different versions of that cover.
Less of the backside.
Mm.
Yeah. Can you
On
draw it again? Only this time with less ass. Would be great.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's not that issue. There's another issue where that fantastic issue of the Molten Man, where Spider-Man you can only see the webbing, the black cover.
Yeah.
That drawing was flopped, like the Kirby Captain America one where they're beating him up because they're also doing the Hitler salute with their left hand. They flopped it because they didn't like the flow of the action.
Yeah, because it needed to flow from right to left instead of left to right.
Yeah,
so that's how people read. Yeah.
So that's the way they do it, you know.
Yeah. Next issue is Swinging.
Super villain, so different, so new. We can't even tell you his name yet because we haven't named him yet.
Yeah.
Nobody's told me yet.
I got paid to draw a new guy. I don't know his name yet.
Yeah.
So he's the new guy.
Ditko was planning these books probably months up, but he just threw that picture in and sent it to Stan. Stan didn't have time to call him and ask him who the hell's this character in the bottom panel.
Yeah.
And I think that's the story that flipped the switch on him. They weren't talking a whole lot during this time anyway between each other.
Yeah.
Because I think Meteor Man was in the last story that he
yes, he was.
that he walked on. Yeah.
Issue 38. Look at that imagery there of the collapsing panel around Betty's outline, the last panel, the end.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that fantastic? Great imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, his shattered love life type of thing. It's really, really clever.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
Closing the shade between him and Aunt May.
Yeah.
It's a good way to push exposition with still having some action in the panels.
Yeah.
Do you know, one of the worst things that I've not read these comics for a long time, but recently, well, I don't know how long ago it is now. A few years ago, I went and I had a look through them, and Aunt May was a CIA agent or something, or OSS or something. And I thought, or SHIELD agent or something.
They all turned. He came from a whole family of spies. Yeah, his parents were spies that weren't around because they had gotten captured or died while they were out on a mission.
Yeah,
I think that was during Ramida's era that they revealed that.
You should have left that one alone, I think.
I agree.
A lot of times they need to leave this stuff alone. You get stuck, thinking you're going to add to the legacy of the character. Well, they don't care that much anymore. They just, they twist them every which way.
Are those pencils?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, with the lettering on as well. Wonderful.
Finished.
Just the guy named Joe. That's the last one, isn't it? Yeah. Look at that.
Pencils and then inks. Pencils before inking.
It's great the way you can see what. You'll know what I mean. What little work he did on the pencils because he was going to ink it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fabulous.
Do the finishes.
Yeah. Well, that one there with the lettering on is amazing. That guy named Joe Page. Mm-hmm. Isn't that wonderful?
Looks smeared.
Yeah.
And again, he could be left-handed because that's a left side smear here.
Right. I think it's just a reproduction, but there you go.
That could be too. Yeah. Beastman, Archie Goodwin, and Warren.
It's
Yeah,
a nice drawing there, that girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Chest is all flopping around, all sticking up.
I hadn't noticed that.
no, didn't notice. I was looking at the beast here. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys look at the beast. I'll look at the other thing.
I'm trying to figure out the the suspension work on that bra. So
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it's
cross your
designed-
heart, lift me up, bro.
It was designed by Howard Hughes.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like it's got a flat panel underneath too.
Looks okay to me.
Yeah, works,
And all that guy wants to do is kill her.
and it directs your eye right up to the guy here too.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
I guess
if you look at that
point
bit,
is-
if you look at that drawing for a few minutes, you'll see there's a beast in it.
yeah,
Oh, he's-
pointers for nothing. Yeah,
Fantastic.
I have
Room
so
with a
many-
View. That was in the Erie collection that we looked at.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
More
a good
great-
one.
Great stuff. Great classic story. Yeah. Collector's edition. We just looked at that and
Yeah.
Friday.
Look at the way he's standing in that doorway.
Yeah.
And the way that the guy with the back to us, he's standing, you know, you stand on sort of one leg, you rarely stand, you know, the way you move your hips, the way he's
Well, he's
standing
leaning.
on what, yeah, he's leaning,
in,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's just fantastic, isn't it?
Not just that, but look at how this entire composition points right to that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything just goes right in there. It's classic stuff. Even the floor is pointing right up to him.
He's got one foot in the doorway.
Fantastic. Yeah, he does. Stepping in.
It's a good use of perspective for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? It's fabulous.
Yeah. Well, that whole story, if you didn't see that, go back and look at Friday's Comics by Night, where we look at this story in depth. It's really, really worth it. Great, phenomenal line work. And great work by DITKO there.
More eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Give him more eyes, more eyes. There's Baron Mordo again.
Yeah.
You can only draw 3 faces, can't you? Bring.
But there are 3 good ones.
They're
Yes, they
excellent. It's like they said to Stevie Nicks, you only know 3 chords, and she said, yeah, but they're the right chords.
There you go.
Exactly.
And as we all know, Stevie Nicks is pretty good.
Most all rock and rolls are based on 3 chords anyway.
Oh, punk rock is definitely on 3 chords.
Wow.
Speaking of wow, here's another mouth.
Oh, look at that gob.
Great stuff.
And the hand, the globule hand things, yeah, they're all
Yeah.
wicked, aren't they?
Wonderful.
Crazy stuff. What an imagination. Randy and Heroes at Charlton in DC. Here is the question. Kind of a takeoff on his Mr. A character. White is white, black is black. There is no gray.
Mysterious suspense.
I got a collection of Mr. A too that we can go through here someday.
Very cool.
Yeah. I like Ditko's smoke. It's always like it's alive.
Yeah. Every artist has their own individual touches, you know.
Yeah. That's Peter Parker. He's dyed his hair red. In fact, it's Steve Ditko, isn't it, with his hair red?
Yeah, probably.
Captain Atom, Blue Beetle.
Again, that drawing there, the Captain Atom, the hips. He uses hips. You understand what I mean? It really emphasizes the hip movement.
Yeah. It's got one foot in front of the other, so the hip is twisted. Just like the shoulders are twisted in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And the one to the right looks all Kirby-esque, doesn't it? Looks like a Kirby pose, that.
Yep. Certainly does. Even right down to a Kirby foot here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
The square knees and everything. And I'd say it's also quite Kirby stiff, isn't it? Because Kirby's, but the other drawing moves more like a Ditko drawing. It moves because it's fluid.
There's Mr. A.
Yep.
Was his business card was half white, half black.
Yeah. Was Mr. A similar to the Question?
Yeah, very much so. Only it was more Ditko's soapbox
philosophy. Yeah,
for a lot of Randian style philosophy. Yeah, the character didn't believe in any shades of gray. You were either good or you were evil. There was no in between. And he'd find an evil person and then do evil things to him because he was good.
Like he's just fallen off the flagpole.
Yeah. Catch the bad guy and throw him off the roof, because evil must be punished. There you go.
Oh, dear.
Yep.
Look at him hanging on
Right.
there. Ah! Oh, dear.
I have no mercy or compassion for aggression, only for their victims, for the innocent. To have my sympathy for a killer is an insult to their victim. Even if you weren't hurt, I wouldn't have saved Angel.
Does he wear a mask?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this what Rorschach was based on?
Rorschach was based more off of the Question, but the Question was kind of based more off of this character, only tamed down for Charlton.
Right.
You didn't want to give him Mr. You didn't want to give him Mr. A, so gave him the Question. And he had self-published. He was doing self-publishing by this point as well. That's how this material came out.
So this is in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, no, I think this is the late 70s, actually.
Right.
Right around the time that he was working the Question for Charlton.
80s.
67 was the Question. Let's see what he
67?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Untamed number 3 is dated 1967, according to this.
Wow. Didn't realize it was that early.
Yeah.
So that's the same time as he's doing Tower Comics and Thunder Agents and all that.
Well, these guys were jumping wherever they could, doing whatever they could for money.
Really busy, weren't they?
So,
Really
yeah.
busy.
And it's not like Charlton
boys
paid a
and
lot,
girls.
but they let him do whatever he wanted. So
I just
That's
lost
what
that
he
$1 million again. If the Question was when it was published, 60s, 70s, or 80s, I'd have said 80s.
yeah.
I thought 70s. So
Well, I know the collection here came out in the 80s for the Mr. A book I've got.
That
was
might have been
printed by
what I've seen
Eclipse.
then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Creeper.
Creeper.
Jeepers Creepers.
The DC kicked out a really nice hardback collection, a couple volumes, 2 or 3, I think, of a Ditko omnibus that had all of the Ditko comics in it,
Right.
including some of the short story stuff that was in, like Strange Adventures and
Mystery in Space.
Look at the pain in that statue's face, the grey guy. Look at the pain in his face there.
Here.
That bit.
Again, that's a stretched out Peter Parker
Yeah.
turning into the creeper. He's got his hairdo for sure.
Wow.
Some more
I've
eyes.
seen that.
Some more eyes and mouths.
Yeah.
Creeper number
It's
2.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. He had kind of a red lion mane.
I'd like to see that in black and white.
Yeah.
I bet it'd work better in black and white.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
stuff back from the 60s and the 70s and before that, I mean, it's just like the color almost kind of muted everything and took away a lot
Yeah.
in the artwork.
Plus, it was a lot of that was the printing, too.
Yeah.
You know, the printing
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. Although,
Like-
having said that, it does bring a charm to it, doesn't it? We discussed
Yeah.
that before about the
Yeah, it does.
misregistering and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Especially inside. Wow.
Shadows Beyond. Charlton. Spacious rooms to rent. That is showcase number 75.
That's a clean panel.
Yeah.
Peter Parker fighting.
Thinks that's the guy who turns into the creeper.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow. Eyes again. Look at those. Look at that bottom left one there. Fantastic. Yeah. Eyes and
Right.
mouths. Very heavy line on inking line on that.
Yeah. More Doctor Strange tripping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great
Somebody once
stuff.
said to me they reckoned he was on drugs, and I said maybe he just got a good imagination.
Right?
Said it about Kirby as well. I don't think either of them were on drugs. I don't know. But
No.
I doubt it.
Kirby
No, I
definitely
don't think either one of them used drugs, actually.
No,
No.
I don't think so. No, I think it's an insult. I just think they just had imagination.
It's
Yeah.
just people don't
Kind
have
of,
imaginations.
Yeah, it's a kind of Twilight Zone, Outer Limits kind of look,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice.
One of
That
those-
heavy line that he's doing there. I really like that.
Yes, bit of everything in there, isn't it?
The great
Yeah.
variation sitting here. It's really nutty. Pushing and pulling. Great stuff.
Look at that.
Is it working? How'd he do it? I was as big as him before, but he made me small. Or he made himself big. That's cool. Look at that character.
Got that guy under the microscope. The only thing you would see would be his skin.
He's really, really focused in on his belly button.
We're here to clean out your belly button. Get that lint out of there. Jump on the machine.
Also, we are investigating innies and outies.
Be a lot more worried about the world he's holding in his hand.
That's just a moon on a stick. That's just that's a cutout. That is, and he's holding it there, and he's just.
Could be
It's all just drugs.
Christmas ornament. Could all just be drugs. Yeah. Boom.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that. That's fantastic,
Hands
isn't it?
versus
It's
DITKO.
not. Do you know what? I don't think it's often you see him draw like this.
Yeah.
Look at the shading on the monster and the lighting and everything.
Yeah.
It's really
There's
tight.
a lot of effort put into this.
That whole page.
Not
is
saying
just
that he
super-
didn't
super
put
tight.
effort in. All I'm
Yeah.
saying is obviously he was drawing on the clock a lot, and
Yeah.
this you can see he's put a lot into this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's another one of those things where I think color would really be a detriment to the piece.
Yeah. Really get in the way.
Depending
wouldn't it?
upon the colorist, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, Randy, you're right. But like you said about the printing process, is you've got no control over that.
Right. Yep.
And with that, I'm going to have to duck out. I'm gonna have to leave you.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
gotta go. Something's
Oh,
come up. I've
no,
got to duck out. I'm sure you'll survive
Got to do your Sunday thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
the Sunday thing. Yeah.
Sunday stuff.
All right.
So
Drop
I
my
will.
book.
I will see
We're only
you all.
we're only here for another 35 or so minutes anyway. So yep.
I gotta go.
All right.
I've got to do it. I've got to go.
Thanks for stopping by, Glenn.
See you,
Good to
I'll
see
see
Shane.
you
you
here.
later. I'll see you next Friday.
Before you leave, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at New Haven Press, where you can find my book about my visit to Jack Kirby. You can find me in the pages of my magazine Comics Limited, which is working on issue 14 right now. And you can find me on Amazon and the usual social media places. And you can find me on these podcasts Fridays and Sundays.
Well, we'll see you Friday morning then.
You will do, yeah. Okay.
All right. Yep.
I'll see you later.
Take care.
Peace.
See you.
Have a great rest of your weekend, Glenn. Take care.
Thank you. See you later.
We'll see ya.
Turning the page. Here we go. Yancey, fanzines.
Doctor Strange.
He sent that to a fan, probably. And they used it for the cover of their fanzine. Way back when you used to, the talent deeply appreciated all their fans and answer all the correspondence. Couldn't believe the attention they were getting. So somebody must have asked Ditko for an illustration, and boom, here you go.
Hell yeah.
Or got him at I think he only did one or two conventions in his whole life, just as the convention circuit was starting up, and he got tired of it and decided never to do it again. So somebody had to have written him and asked him for a sketch. I'm putting together a fanzine. Can you send me a sketch?
I think
There's another one here, the Charlton characters. That's nice.
can definitely agree that DITKO is a weird dude.
Just
He's just kind of private guy.
Yeah.
He's got a personal philosophy that a lot of people don't adhere to, and stayed private for a long time. Yeah, but he's
I'm
just
not
kept
saying
working.
that. I'm just saying he was a weird dude. So-
Yeah.
Just think if Ditko was on Twitter.
Oh God.
He would have been removed some time ago.
Probably. Yeah. Elon would have reinstated him though.
Yeah.
I think Elon's the one who would have removed him.
No, Elon wouldn't have removed him. I think he would have been removed before, and then when he came back, he would have burnt everybody.
I was just laughing at the idea, just of how weird he was with some of his beliefs and things. Just see Elon's
Yeah.
like, nope, you're too weird.
You're too weird even for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Take some of that Mr. A philosophy and put it up on Twitter and see what kind of response you get.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no. Oh no.
There you go.
to the San
It's a
Diego
Rumble
Comic
video
Con
all on its own.
illustration. Say what?
I said that's a Rumble video all of its own.
Yeah, probably. Look at that. A lot of white silhouetted people climbing all over its original art.
No.
While he's drawing too, the dark outline here of him working on the piece. That's pretty cool. And who are those guys? Looks like what, Captain Justice? Disregard Steve Ditko 77, huh? It's a bunch of the fanzine material. Comic Con work when he was working on Mr. A, San Diego Comic Con 76. Cool. There's some more Mr. A. Avenging World. What the? Wah.
What?
Wah. We've looked at that book.
Mm-hmm.
Got that book right here. Yeah. There we go.
As if by magic.
This by magic.
What's that Avenging
Movie
World
magic.
one? That's bonkers.
Wonderful spiral rack. That's a wraparound cover here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Avenging World.
It's part of his self-publishing stuff. He self-published a lot of
material. There was a while there he was self-publishing at one graphic novel a year, and those are incredibly rare to find because he only printed them to order. You had to order them through the mail.
Wow.
I've got one here of a gorilla, a large gorilla called Gorgo that he did. It looks a lot like the Charlton material that he did in the past, or during pretty much during this period. Yeah, Gorgo.
When I run across it, I'll bring it out and we'll look at it one of these shows. So,
That'd be fantastic. I mean,
a lot of fun. Very unusual stuff here.
I poke fun at Ditko on certain things, but I love his art. So,
Well, he's one of those artists I really admire because there was a time when he just did what he wanted to do.
yeah.
You know, and he was able, or I don't know if he was at a point financially where he could afford to do it, but he did it anyway. You know,
I
he
think for money.
printed his own stuff and did his own, you know, every once in a while he'd work for a company here and there for a stint and then go back to printing his own work.
It's always the trick, isn't it? It's the money that stops you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, you know, it's
Got to pay the bills. He had an apartment studio up in Manhattan his entire life, so he had to have had some money.
yeah. I thought he came from money, something like that, or he had money or something of that nature.
Very possible. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about him personally. Just that kind of a weird dude. I mean, I'm a weird person too, so I can't really throw stones.
Yeah.
But Ditko is
More-
definitely
More fanzine material. This looks like some Warren material here. Yeah, the amazing Steve Ditko. Love the line work here. More page. The Baroom. Boom. I am Iceman. Ice Mini. Oh, I am Gemini. That's what it is. That's what it meant. G is a C. Ice Mini.
I'm Ice Mini.
I am Gemini.
That's a Captain Universe he did for a while for Marvel. All sorts of different single shot issues of the universe power that would go and infect somebody and turn them into the superhero Captain Universe. Remember that?
No.
Blue and white character. Yeah, there's probably an example of them.
There's shades of Doctor Strange on that Gemini character where he's using the same patterning that he uses from the cloak.
Mm-hmm. In 1943, these boys built model planes for the United States government. One of them changed comics forever. The art of Steve Ditko. I think it's that guy right there.
It's one of the only pictures of Steve Ditko.
Can't Go Home Again, 75 to 87. It's more in line with the Ditko a lot of us are familiar with. Here's Killjoy. Yeah, it's another character he created. I think that was in Atlas. Oh, that's the Destroyer. That's who that is.
Is that
That's
more
the Destroyer.
recent?
That was
Is
an
that
Atlas comic.
is that like the 70s? That or
Yeah.
the 60s?
Mhm.
Yeah,
70s.
late 70s.
You can see how his art has changed, and
Yeah.
also how it's reminiscent of that period as well. The other artists of that time.
This looks like it was inked by Wood here.
Yep.
But it was. Yeah. There you are. Shade the Changing Man.
Mm.
More craziness. Look at that.
He's got a giant open mouth with a, is that a tongue or a face inside of there?
It's a
In
face.
here, it's a face.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He had a suit that gave the illusion of over-exaggerated features, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So he'd always look weird when people saw him, and he always drew him like
This with the character inside of this
this crazy, exaggerated version of it.
That is crazy.
I've never actually read that.
Very odd. Like Allison says, he was a very unusual person. His work was just as unusual as he was. It's really just off kilter. Speedball is a good example
Oh yeah,
of a,
yeah, that
one
was
of
a
his
very weird.
characters. Yeah.
It's literally the superhero Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This stuff seems to be. I mean, you said he didn't do drugs, but it seems to be influenced by like LSD or mushrooms.
Yeah. Yeah. The pattern work here.
He's got a lot of like pop art in his style too.
He does. Yep. Machine Man also. Yep. Did that for a while. Another odd character fighting other odd characters.
Another one of those pieces where he's put a lot of effort in on the right hand side there.
Yeah.
Or, unless, of course, it's just the inker that's done it.
I think these are all, except for that here. He's the inker on all of this stuff.
Yeah, but the one on the right, I'm not 100% sure.
I'm looking. Let me see what that says. DITKO Fantasy Illustrated #1 from April of '82, inks by Steve Lealoa,
Right.
exhibiting the difference a great inker can make on DITKO's pencils. On the
Made my point for me.
gin strip that began in the oversized black and white magazine from New Media, then taken to Epic Comics a la Marvel, or a Marvel imprint, and published in color in the back of the Coyote series. Yep. Again, that was drawn. The Coyote series was drawn by Lealoa, if I remember right. Steve Englehart wrote that. That started out over at Eclipse and then jumped over to Epic. It's Mighty Crusaders. Mighty Crusaders toys. Look at that. The Fox, the Shield, the Web, the Comet, the Fly, the Eraser, the Buzzard, and the Brain Emperor. Yeah. All featuring mighty punch action.
Mighty punch action.
Mighty punch action. Yeah. It's probably a little button on the middle of their back. The arms swung up like Rock'em Sock'em robots. They had the official secret sonic signaling shield as well. It's a whistle.
It's a whistle.
It's a whistle from Remco.
See, that's more advertisements that I miss in comic books.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, every comic book advertisement now is just an advertisement for a video game or another comic book.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any of those cool old...
It's because, unfortunately, not enough people read comics to bother advertising in.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Well, considering all the silly tchotchkes that are offered in a lot of the crowdfunding things, you'd think there'd be a company that sprung up that just offered overruns of those for sale. Hey, you want a sticker or a keychain or a door hanger or a poster?
Random bit of crap from this Kickstarter. Yeah.
There you go. This is static here. That was an Eclipse, printed by Eclipse for a while, created.
So I presume the one on the right is the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the one on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
With the older printing system there.
Yeah. I like the older print so much better on the older books.
Those old comics are so classic, They just have this whole unique feel to them that
Okay.
Just stir up nostalgia, you know.
Okay. DITKO can't draw a Lamborghini. Sorry, but that does not look like Sideswipe.
Yeah.
It looks really off of perspective too.
Yeah.
It's like a
There's
bumper
always-
curve version.
There's always one thing an artist can't draw, you
Yeah.
know?
That's very true.
Yeah. Here's this is an example from Rom.
It's got to hope
Space
it
Knight.
isn't boobs.
Only this is a lot more detailed than the pencils that I saw, and this is Aiken and Garvey going over it and inking it.
That's a proper embellisher there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not just inking. That's embellishment. That's
absolutely.
yeah.
I like the lighting choices they made and everything.
More eyeballs.
The pencils that I saw from Rom were a lot more rustic than this. This is actually pretty detailed for that. The pencils I saw were literally cylinders attached to rectangles attached to, you know.
Well, I thought
More cones.
Sal Buscema started on that.
Rom?
Yeah. I thought
Yeah, he
did
might have.
Rom.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he did do some. I think he did do some work on Rom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, he was doing everything back then, wasn't he? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was after Ditko come back to Marvel and, you know, volunteered to do work for him as long as he didn't draw any Spider-Man or Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
gave him Rom. Rom was a toy tie-in, and he could actually get a little bit of royalty from it because it was a pretty high-selling title there for a little while.
Yeah. Rom sold well.
I liked Rom.
So no.
Yeah. I didn't.
I had
really
no
do-
idea it was a toy.
I had no idea what the
Yeah.
story was about. I just looked at the pictures.
I love the way I love that scene.
3-panel sequence.
Yep.
Oh, look at that!
The neighbors are acting a little weird.
Look at that!
I wonder if they're related to DITKO.
What's going on there?
It's Canuck. Oh, Chuck North. North. Margie. I don't know what's going on with the records there. Let me see what the notation says. Gotta bring my magnifier over. DITKO.
Can't read it. Sorry. Let me
Don't
switch
worry.
glasses here. No, I'm just as curious as you are as to where that's from. That's pretty crazy.
That says DITKO Musician Magazine number 89 from June of 87. Illustration for Albert Grossman's Ghost. Article by Rory O'Connell, a rare foray outside the world of comic books.
That's what
pretty
that
cool.
is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Never seen that before.
No, I haven't either. That's neat.
There's
Speedball.
Speedball. Fade to black and white. This is 88 to present. Oh, look at that.
Oh, the Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah.
With the hands, that's great.
Wow.
He's really pushed those knuckles, though.
Yeah. Boom.
Ooh,
Oh,
Wow.
Here's
Glenn would like
Speedballs.
this.
Speedball.
Speedball's family.
Bit of penciling going on. Glenn would love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, he's not here. Ha!
Love that. That's awesome. Look at that.
That's what he gets for leaving early.
Yeah. Mr. A wouldn't have been impressed. Well, question. You left early. You lose. No, it's lovely, lovely stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Really
the.
incredible work.
I just love the idea of a superhero is basically a Super Ball. So,
Yeah. Might have been one of them jobs, you just walk in and you plop it on the editor's desk and go, "I still got it. I'll see ya."
Yeah.
Let the inkers fight over that for themselves. Yeah.
That was a Tiny Toons? Yep. Those are
Sublime.
Tiny Toons.
Yep. Tiny
Yep.
Toons.
Tiny Toon Adventures.
I'm so blind. That looks like a oh, what is that off of that look? Yeah, I was gonna say it's Shooter. That looks like one of the Broadway comics or the early Valiant comics with the coloring, the way that it is.
Yeah. It does look like the Valiant stuff from that era.
Characters developed by Jim Shooter and Steve Ditko, created by Shooter. So could be for Hollywood Nights. One of his Broadway, one of Shooter's other printing endeavors after Valiant. Perhaps. Let's see what that says. Go Dominion #0. The comic was a 117 card set featuring double-sized pages, 9 cards per page. Yeah. So they'd all fit into a sleeve. You put them all in their correct order, you could read a comic story. Secret City Saga. Off of DITKO or off of Kirby characters. Look at that. This is great.
Who's inking on that right-hand page there?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look again here. Give me a sec. Steve Ditko. Sorry, I'm going to have to pick it up and read it. Phantom 2040, #3, pencils versus published version, inked by Bill Reinhold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a long career in comics as well.
Nice. Lift my veil.
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
Oh, don't do it, no. Lift your own, love.
Is package from 99. Oh, 91. Yeah. That's about the size of his graphic novel. So this is page 84, page 68 here. This must be from his graphic novel work.
Has he got a Norman Osborn haircut?
He does, yeah. Some more of that stuff.
Ooh. He lifted the vial. Told you not to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It was a trap.
Avenging Tales, featuring spoilers.
Where's my haircut?
It's a Missing Man. Another one of his characters. He did for a while. There are a few stories of that out and around. I think Eclipse printed some of that, and he self-published some of it. Here's your eyes again. Looks almost like Mr. A, but that's not what it is.
How much more of the book have we got?
Not much.
No? Okay.
176-page package. That's what it was. 22
We're-
years. Say what?
We're an hour 20 already, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have much more to go. Not that much. We can zoom through it. We can make it. As long as we're under 2 hours, we're good. I'd like to keep it, a little over an hour and a half. The Avenging Artist. Pick up the pace here.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go at half past.
Yeah, me too.
All right, no problem. That was in his Avenging
Steve-
World.
Avenging
Mhm.
World. Yeah.
Yep. We got 10 minutes. We'll get through this. It's more Mr. A.
That's nice.
Yep, that's all, Mr. A.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff. It's on fire. Yep. Back when I was doing the Flint Comics paper, I always wanted to print some of that Mr. A material just because it was so weird and controversial, just to see if I'd get anybody's reaction off of reading it. So I ran the Judge Dredd strip for a long time, and all I got was great compliments off of it. And that material was pretty subversive.
That's pretty mildly.
Insanity. From here to insanity. Comic.
I like his cartoony stuff.
Yeah. It's very maddish looking.
Mhm.
Cartoon mad. I'm sure that's
For
what it was
sure.
patterned after. Look at that. Crazy. Like the cow. Striping. From here to insanity. I'm going to have to dig that title up just to see what it was like. Starlight, Star Bright. More craziness.
That's a hairdo. Yeah, it's on that page too. But yeah, the hairdo on that guy. Yeah.
He's got his
Some
emo
Western.
haircut.
Got a lovely wave in his hair.
No haircut. That's no. I stuck my finger in an electrical socket haircut.
There you go. That's a high voltage result. Exactly. There's a Western page for you, Max.
Yep.
What is that horse doing?
I don't
Bucking.
want to know.
Bucking around.
The-
Right
the-
there, I
no,
think he's eating his hair.
Yeah, I don't think horses' legs do that.
It's a weird looking horse.
Yeah.
Well, that one does. Yeah, anyway.
I've heard that horses are some of the hardest things to draw.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about that earlier.
Yeah.
We were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
they are.
saying-
I think last Sunday or Friday, we
Yeah.
were
It
talking
was
about
Friday.
that.
It was Friday we were
Friday, yeah,
talking about.
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Friday.
Seems
Yeah,
like
before the
just
horses
minutes
go to draw.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's pages from Gorgo.
He's giving that boat the finger.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
He's a jolly gorilla, isn't he?
Oh, those poor unfortunate people, all drowning.
All right, I believe you. I mean, well, look, can we be friends anyhow?
Just eat him. Eat him.
That's a thinking monkey right there. Yeah.
And he understands English.
Yeah. There's some more pencils.
Nice. Oh, they're serious, aren't they?
Yeah. Look at that style. That's like a whole different look for him.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot.
Really different.
Yeah.
It's very
Really nice.
commercial art.
Yeah.
Probably was a commercial job. What's it say there? DITKO. Get Smart.
Oh,
Test page, 1966.
that
For
makes
Marvel. Upon leaving Marvel, one of the accounts DITKO lined up was for Dell Comics on the TV adaptation of Get Smart and Hogan's Heroes. Cool.
sense. That explains a lot with the look of that.
It
Yeah.
does look like Don Adams there.
Yeah, it does. Hmm.
Cool stuff. More design work, a little bit of romance work here.
Oh,
Who's driving?
Bookie and Zookie, unpublished prelims, 1987. When publishing Ace Comics in the mid 80s, Ron France
Those are pretty good.
had Ditko work up timeline for a children's human comic. Humor comic, children's humor comic.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, in the human comic.
nice tricycle. Yeah, it's like car 54. Where are you? There he is, Big Boy.
Yeah.
An amazing, incredibly improbable journey. How cool.
At the restaurant chain?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought.
First issue of Big Boy was he was designed and drawn by Bill Everett.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The only reason I know what Big Boy is because of the Terminator movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We used to have a whole bunch. We
They
used
didn't
to
have
have
them
a
around
whole,
here.
we had a whole bunch of them, and then they all went out of business at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
franchise. When the franchise collapses, all the stores go down at once. So yeah.
How recent is this? Because that's got some computer graphics on the top left. That Big Boy title has definitely been done on a computer.
Yeah. It's on the side here. Let me see what that says. Big Boy, that's 1997.
Wow.
Big Boy issue number 470.
It's got that Photoshop look to it.
It does. Right up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe the coloring too. Yeah.
Little illustrator work.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
It's like Photoshop 2. Actually,
God, that
probably
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Cover gallery of his from the 50s. Yeah. We looked
Oh,
at
it's
that
the
already
worm.
from the
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Worm.
horror book. Yep.
The big worm.
Angry worm. Out of this world. Yeah.
Unexplored worlds out of this
From
world.
all our dark rooms.
Oh,
Unexplored
so that's not
world.
Mr. Right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Strange suspense stories.
That's a cool cover.
Through the painting into a world of his own. Out of this world.
I like the Out of This World cover. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really odd. Yeah.
It's
Out of
very
this world,
psychedelic.
baby.
Are we sure he didn't have an LSD problem?
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
pretty sure.
It's very psychedelic. So
Spent a lot of time in his apartment, so you never know.
That's true. Maybe he was licking the lead paint.
Maybe he was growing his own mushrooms.
It could be that too.
We'll never know.
Mysterious.
Traveler. Yeah.
That's awesome looking.
The man who came back.
Is that like the cat?
It's a Cheyenne kid.
yep.
Giant
There's
kid.
some,
And
there's
haunted.
That's
Custer's last stand. But the native is
Colored yellow. Pretty weird.
I like that haunted one. That's good.
Yeah, the haunted
Yeah.
one looked great.
Yeah.
really like that logo a lot.
yeah.
Added here.
Yeah.
I dig the house.
It's the thing on the beach.
Where's the beach?
Yeah.
Wonder who inked that.
Oh, the end notes.
That's probably Ditko here.
It's approved by the Comics Code Authority.
Some
Yeah,
nice
well-
negative spaces on that house.
Yeah.
Oh, Ditko. Yeah. Yeah, there is, especially in the stairs,
Mhm.
in the porch. Really sweet.
That's what I was saying.
And notes. Lots of end notes.
Notes, schmotes. Not interested
Notes,
in
schmotes.
Oh, we finished up like right on
Oh.
time too.
Oh no! Shut! Look at the back! 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 Look at the back!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
stereo
That's what we're
versus
talking about.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that is amazing. That's
Strange and Stranger. The World of Steve Ditko by Blake Bell.
Probably still available on Amazon. Fantagraphic Books. I would imagine they've still got that in print.
Yeah, probably. If not, I'm sure you can find it on eBay for not too much.
Yeah. Russ, before you go, tell folks how they can find you.
Okay. Let's present some stuff while I'm waiting. There you go. You can have that one. You can find me at russleach.com. Yeah, I'm over here. So I'll move my camera. There you go, so you can see me. Just past my. There you go. Way, look at that. You can find me at russleach.com. You can get all the information you require from my email list, which is easy to sign up to there, including information about the work that's on screen at the moment, which is from The Shadow Kingdom by Robert E. Howard. Randy and myself are adapting the book, and it will be out for release in the spring of next year. Artwork will be finished before the end of the year. So there you go, russleach.com.
The only World of Strange and Stranger World of Steve Ditko is available on Kindle. It is not available for print on Amazon.
Oof. Maybe you can find it over at fantagraphics.com then.
Yep.
Never know. Max, tell folks how they can find you.
Oh, it's super easy. You just drop by atrocitypress.com. Woo! And then it's got all of our social media links. It's got all of our news. It's got all of our shop for buying our books digitally or physically. And since this is pre-recorded, as of the beginning or when this airs, Human Hunters #4 will be available on Kickstarter.
There we are.
Hooray!
Allison, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me right here every Sunday on the show. Well, most Sundays anyway. And every Friday with Arting with the Alley Cat on Indie Comics Network and my own station. You can also find me on all the social medias, although I generally ignore the Twitter/X one. Upcoming page for my manga I'm working on. I'll have a exclusive cover by David Finch.
Cool.
Sweet.
Right.
And folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find me over at aerocomics.store, where you can find a wide variety of books and titles that I've drawn or written over the years. And aerocomics.store, go over there and take a look at the HeroBot Zero, Paragon, Calico, and there's a lot more stuff to come. So go over there and take a look. Aerocomics.store. More stuff coming out of Aero Comics all the time. Make sure you look for the AR13L and Soul Tech over at funmycomic.com. Those are both Aero Comics, real high quality, well worth your time to take a look at those campaigns. And
yeah, that AR13L looks great.
It's going to be a huge book. It's going to be really, really great. Folks, we deeply appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed looking through that book as much as we did. We do this every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. with as many folks as we can get together to take a look at some of the great comics and comics-oriented material, the stuff that inspires us and keeps us wanting to work in this wonderful business that we call comics. So we love doing this. We don't make any money doing it, but we love showing it off. So tell your friends, and if you've enjoyed this program at all, give us a like, give us a note in the comment section. Let us know if there's anybody out there that you want us to take a good look at. We're always archived over on the Indie Comics Network at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel and the Randy Zim YouTube channel. Go over there and listen to our back programs to your heart's content. And we're really, really happy with the stuff that we do here, and couldn't recommend it enough. So, and we hope you do the same. Buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours. You get a chance. There's some phenomenal works out there that are being crowdfunded on any of the crowdfunding platforms. Just go out and take a look, fish around for a little while, especially if the modern comics aren't, the modern corporate comics, I should say, aren't quite making it for you. There's a whole new age of alternatives and independents out there, and so much more coming down the pike. So we hope you love this business as much as we do, and that you spread the word, spread the love. Remember, hating ain't creating. And go out there and do some positive stuff. Try to leave this industry in better shape than what you found it.
Peace.
I deeply appreciate all of you. We are here again Friday morning, 5 a.m. Indie Comics Network, Comic Book Black Belt, Randy Zim channel for Comics by Night, where we'll explore more great sequential art. And then back here Sunday for the Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. See you then. If you're around on the west side of the state, stop by and say hello at the Grand Rapids Con. Aero Comics will be set up there. I'll be there selling books and doing sketches for anybody that wants it. So Hope to see you there. I'll be moderating a couple panels as well.
Awesome.
Last year, I got to moderate a panel with Heather Ontos, and I was on my very best behavior. I was a good boy.
You'd
Anyway.
have to be.
Folks, see you soon. Indie Comics Network, Comic Book Black Belt, Randy Zim Channel, Atrocity Press. Look for Alley Cat's show on the Indie Comics Network as well. We'll see everybody soon. Take care. Thanks a lot for being here.
Peace.
We'll see you.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
Did we already run this? I think. Oh, maybe.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Oh, it started. Come on.